When Jungkook's name is mentioned, fans around the world must immediately imagine the figure of a multi-talented idol full of charm. However, what happens if behind his always stunning smile, there is a mental pressure that he is difficult to bear? Recently, shocking news came from the South Korean military world involving Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS. What exactly is the story behind this highlight? What made Jimin, his best friend and group mate, suddenly take a bold step that made fans excited? After starting his mandatory military service a few months ago, Jungkook is now assigned as a cook in his military unit, a role that seems ordinary to some. But who would have thought, this task becomes an unimaginable mental test field for the maknae. Information circulated that Jungkook had to face ill treatment from the seniors in his unit. They are said to exert pressure not only physically but also mentally. He always looks strong, but even a man as tough as Jungkook has limits, said one anonymous source who said he knew the situation firsthand. This heated up further when rumors emerged that this pressure was deliberately put on Jungkook due to his celebrity status. Was Jungkook deliberately targeted by his seniors? Or is this just one of the harsh forms of hierarchy that is a long-standing tradition in the South Korean military world? These questions hang in the minds of fans who cannot understand why a Jungkook has to face trials like this. Meanwhile, Jimin, who is also serving in the Fire Direction Center unit, is in the spotlight after news that he secretly visited Jungkook at the military barracks spread widely. This move was considered unusual, given the strict military rules against meetings between members of different units. However, what exactly was the reason behind Jimin's actions? Is it true that Jimin deliberately took risks to make sure his best friend remained strong? One of the sources mentioned that Jimin took Jungkook to a place called Special. This place is thought to be a location where Jungkook can feel calmer and forget for a moment the pressure he experienced. I have no idea how Jimin got permission to do that, but obviously he did it for Jungkook's sake, the source said. Rumor has it that Jimin took Jungkook to an area known as a mental rehabilitation place for psychologically stressed soldiers. However, there is also a mention that they went to a traditional Korean temple that is famous for its peaceful atmosphere. Jimin's presence not only touched the hearts of fans, but also gave rise to various theories. Is this a sign that BTS's friendship is much stronger than just a co-worker relationship? Or could this be Jimin's proactive move to prevent worse things from happening to Jungkook? This news immediately sparked a wave of emotion among fans of BTS, known as ARMY. On social media, hashtags like #StayStrongJungkook and #ThankYouJimin became trending in no time. Many fans expressed their concern for Jungkook's mental health, while others praised Jimin's courage in taking such a big step for his best friend. Jungkook is a human, not a robot. She also deserves to feel tired and in need of support, one fan wrote on Twitter. Not a few also criticized the South Korean military system, which is considered too harsh and insensitive to individuals with unique backgrounds such as celebrities. Now, the question is, what next steps will Jungkook and Jimin take? Will the military admit there is a problem in their system? Or is it possible that BTS as a group will make an official statement regarding this situation? What is clear, this story is not only about the pressure experienced by an idol, but also about how true friendship is able to transcend existing boundaries. Fans can now only hope that Jungkook can find the peace he needs, and that Jimin will continue to be the best friend he can be, no matter what. What do you think? Is Jimin's act worthy of being called a heroic step? Or does it just show a dark side of the military world that is rarely revealed? The story doesn't stop at Jimin's heartwarming solidarity. On the contrary, the more facts come to light, the greater the controversy that looms. Jungkook's alleged mistreatment was not an ordinary incident. Some sources mention that there was an element of jealousy behind the harsh treatment of his seniors. Jungkook doesn't deserve special treatment even though he's a celebrity. Instead, they want to show that in the military, status means nothing, the source said. However, the fans could not take this excuse for granted. Many say that what Jungkook experienced has crossed the line. More than that, the big question arises. Are celebrities like Jungkook really protected by the military system, or are they just left to be subjected to arbitrary treatment because of their status? The South Korean military is notoriously tough, but if they allow a public figure like Jungkook to be treated like this, what happens to ordinary soldiers who don't have big names? BTS has been known as a group that raises mental health issues, social pressure, and the importance of loving yourself. Ironically, behind the magnificent stage and the millions of fans who support them, BTS members face no less pressure. Even in a conscription situation like this, ARMY, who is a staunch supporter of BTS, not only felt angry, but also demanded answers. They questioned whether Big Hit Music, the agency that houses BTS, made enough effort to ensure the safety and mental comfort of its members during the military period. Big Hit has always said they protect their artists. But where are they now? Why did Jungkook have to face this alone? Wrote a viral Twitter user among the ARMY. On the other hand, observers of South Korean pop culture also raise this issue as clear evidence of how celebrities are often not seen as ordinary people in their own country. Jungkook is the international face of South Korea, but even he is not immune from the pressure of age-old military traditions. This is a big slap to a country that has always wanted to show a positive image in the eyes of the world, said one observer. While many praised Jimin's actions as an extraordinary form of solidarity, not a few found them controversial. In the South Korean military, actions such as leaving a unit without explicit permission or visiting members of another unit are considered against the rules. The military itself has not given an official statement regarding this news, but speculation has begun to emerge. Some people say that Jimin may face sanctions for his actions. If this is true, then a huge dilemma arises. Do Jimin's actions committed on the basis of friendship and humanity deserve punishment? A South Korean military veteran gave a startling look. Jimin did violate protocol, but in the military world, this is a rare act. Usually, soldiers prefer to remain silent despite seeing their comrades suffer. What Jimin did showed incredible courage, but it also opened up a discussion about this very rigid system. This wave of criticism not only stopped at the military system, but also began to drag the South Korean government. As one of the most influential pop culture countries in the world, the incident is in the international spotlight. How can South Korea promote K-pop as a national asset, while their artists face treatment that actually brings them down? Jungkook is a symbol of South Korea in the eyes of the world. If the government does not act immediately, they will lose the trust not only of BTS fans, but also of the global public who see this is a form of injustice, wrote an editorial in local Korean media. The issue sparked heated debate in online forums. Some are demanding sweeping reforms to the conscription system, while others feel that celebrities like Jungkook should not be treated as special. If they are not strong against the military, they should not be treated differently just because they are famous, wrote one netizen on Naver, reaping thousands of conflicting counter-comments. Jungkook and Jimin's story is far from over. Big Hit Music has yet to give an official response, and fans continue to urge the agency to step in. On the other hand, the public is waiting for the steps of the South Korean government and military in dealing with this controversy. The big question that remains is, will this case be a turning point that forces a change in the South Korean military system, or will it be buried by other issues, as in many previous cases? To be sure, global attention is now focused on Jungkook, Jimin, and how their friendship has become a symbol of resistance to a system that is considered too harsh. Whatever happens next, this story has opened the eyes of many to another side of the idol's life that is rarely seen by the public.